Folks, hey, it's Commander Curtis. Hey, listen, a little bit of a trigger warning because this is a little bit of a rant. But if you're a homeowner anywhere in the country and you're a homeowner, you probably need just to take a few minutes and think about this. Just look at it. Just look. Okay, so, uh, you know, there's this whole climate discussion, and there's pretty much two camps, right? Well, maybe three. There's this climate change is a thing, and what should we do about it? And then there's this climate thing is a hoax, and what we shouldn't do about it. And then there's maybe some people are in the middle that are kind of undecided, right? So unfortunately, that's become really politicized. A lot of drama, a lot of baloney that goes into that, and it traps a lot of folks into being stuck thinking about certain things from that story, right? They adopt the climate change as a hoax story. And so now solar and wind and renewables is all a hoax. And now I can't look at that because I'm stuck with that story, right? So I want to shake that loose just a little bit. And I want to get all of the climate discussion off. And I want to talk about what reality is. So if you're a homeowner, the simple fact is for your power bill, we know that inflation is coming. It's here. They've been struggling with it. They've been raising the rates, trying to combat. And we all know that no matter what, inflation is going to come, right? So on average, over the last 60 years, every 15 years, a power bill has doubled. So in the early 2000s, a $100 bill is now $200. And in another 15 years, it'll be $400. More, the homeowner is stuck with whatever monopolistic utility has been randomly assigned to their home. There's no getting out of it. Here in Tucson, we're stuck with TEP. Now, I get it. The ACC, the Arizona Corporation Commission, stands between the monopoly and its customers. But, the ACC, those commissioners are voted into office, which means politics. And if there's politics involved, we know that there's money involved. And if we know anything about the legacy oil and power, is they've got a lot of money. They've been wildly profitable for a century. And, well, what do you guys think happens? You think there's any kind of money that gets put into getting the right people elected onto the commission? Anyways, enough of that about that. Something that I've talked about before, if you've watched any of my stuff, is the grid. So the grid is aging. And if you didn't know, there's enough projects in the works to nearly triple the amount of capacity of the grid. And every single one of those upgrades, every bit of that maintenance, all of that cost gets passed right on to whoever it is that's using the power, right? So the customers of the monopoly, right? And the last thing is getting back into that kind of climate discussion. We're not going to argue about climate, but we're going to talk about the results. Legacy oil and all of its money has failed to prevent the Green New Deal folks from getting the clean energy tax incentives into public law. And since they're talking about this Paris Accord and the Green New Deal and all of that, one common thing is this carbon tax. So I got to ask you a question. Ask yourself, who are you going to bet on? Are you going to bet on the Green New Deal guys getting the carbon tax in place or not? I think they're going to get carbon tax in place. So now as a homeowner, we know that inflation is coming up. I don't have a choice on what company I can use. I know that the grid is going to be upgraded and those costs are going to be passed on to me. And I know that carbon taxes are coming. So anybody who's left using power from a grid that uses legacy oils that produce carbon, they're going to get taxed and I'm going to have to pay for it if I don't do anything about it. So now we know kind of what's coming our way. The only thing left to do as a homeowner is to look into what can I do about it. And there's really only one thing that you can do about it. And that's possibly a rooftop solar power plant where you can make your own power. The only thing that I'm asking for you to do is to consider looking at it. That way, when your power bills double or even triple, you have a plan, you're aware of it, and it was something that you were prepared for. Guys, thanks for sticking with me this point. Maybe a thumbs up, possibly. I don't know. Talk to you later. Bye.